Hello, my dear friends. What's up with the dark chapeau today? Well, I'm wearing it in honor of a family who I'm going to be telling you about in this video. To begin with, I was never a big fan of the Bowery boys. Their brand of humor just was too ridiculous for me to appreciate. However, I read that in their 1954 movie, The Bowery Boys Meet the Monsters, that the Gravesend family of the movie had characters based on Charles Addams' cartoon, The Addams Family. Well, when I read that, I had no choice but to watch it because I have loved that crazy and kooky family since I watched the original TV series when I was a kid back in the mid-1960s. Let me tell you a bit about the plot of the movie first. Now, here's the outline provided by Wikipedia. It begins, the front of Louie's Sweet Shop is a frequent victim of local neighborhood kids' baseball games. The Bowery boys think that a nearby vacant lot would be perfect for the kids to play ball on and keep out of trouble. So Slip and Sack traveled during a heavy rainstorm to visit the owners of the lot at their home on Long Island. Now, as it turns out, the owners, all members of the same family, are completely insane. Derek, a mad scientist, wants a brain for his gorilla. I mean, who doesn't, right? His brother Anton wants a brain for his robot, Gorog. And again, who doesn't want a brain for their robot? Their sister Amelia needs fresh meat to give to her man-eating tree, while their niece Francine is convinced and looks the part that she is a vampire. Feeling that our boys are perfect for their personal needs, and the family asks the duo to spend the night instead of going back out into the storm. And the boys soon catch on to the family schemes, though, causing a frantic chase through the house, and Louie, Butch, and Chuck visit the home in search of Slip and Sack, and it is not long before they get caught up in all the madness as well. Now, most of the Gravesend family bear a strong resemblance to the Addams Family characters and some of their situations. The Charles Addams cartoon was quite popular at the time. The Dr. Gravesend is quite obviously based on Gomez Addams. The elderly sister, played by Ellen Corby, based on Grandmama, was perhaps the most grim of all of them, more so than Grandmama ever was on the Addams Family. Have you ever noticed, though, this is odd, even when she was younger, Ellen Corby always seemed to portray a much older woman. I loved her as the grandma on the Waltons TV series. She was awesome in that. But she's quite good in this, too, in a nutsy different kind of way. Anyway, the elderly Amelia had a pet, and it just happened to be an interesting version of the later meat-eating plant of the TV series, was named Cleopatra. However, this plant was somewhat like a tree with arms, a face, and an insatiable appetite to eat human males. And then there is Laura Mike Mason as Francine Gravesend, who is a sultry vampire so desperate for the blood of a human male that she thinks the Bowery boys were very attractive and desirable. I should lend her my glasses. Her looks in the movie are very reminiscent, though, of Morticia Addams, though Francine is not the scientist's wife. She is his niece. My favorite character is Paul Wexler as Grissom the butler. More intelligent than Lurch, his character has the same weird quality as Lurch, just not quite as intense. The acting, to me, was standard to substandard, but the connection to the Addams Family made it a fun watch, and I would recommend the film from that standpoint. It is also good if you just want a little fun, nostalgic romp to the B films of the 1950s, because it definitely is in that category. As mentioned, some of these, but the cast consisted of Bernard Gorsey, Hunts Hall, David Gorsey, Benny Bartlett, Louis Bombrowski, Lloyd Corrigan, Ellen Corby, and the great character actor John Daner, who played the mad scientist based on Gomez Addams. Laura Mason and Paul Wexler round out the main cast. John Daner was an amazing character actor, and once you hear John Daner's voice, You will never forget it. He was quite awesome. And he also played in a lot of radio shows, westerns on the radio. And then he was on TV in so many different roles. He was quite excellent actor. So, continuing, the film was directed by Edward Burns, B-E-R-N-D-S, who also worked on some films with the Three Stooges. He directed Queen of Outer Space, Valley of the Dragons, as well as many others of that genre, and he also shared writing credits on this film with Elwood Ullman. The film was produced by Ben Schwab. With a total running time of 65 minutes, the film was released by Allied Artists Pictures on June 6, 1954. Now, there are other recognizable sub-stories going on in this film. There was a bit of a Jekyll and Hyde thing, madness going on there, and a robotic man for you sci-fi aficionados, and of course, a far-out ape that is seemingly really pissed off most of the time. So who could ask for anything more in a B-movie from the 50s, right? Right. If you love the Addams Family, and I do, you should check this one out. It's worth it. And even if you don't like the Addams Family particularly, it's still good for a bit of corny, nostalgic fun. So I hope you'll take a look at it. I had fun watching it. God bless you all on the other side of that monitor. I love you much, and I will see you soon. Again, love you.